The Senate Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions will please come to order. Strengthening America's retirement system is a bipartisan priority on the committee, and we all agree, Republicans, Democrats, every worker deserves the ability to retire with dignity and security. Congress has made great progress improving Americans' retirement through Secure 2.0, but there's more. A recent study showed that 86% of Americans think that Congress needs to focus more upon retirement. And one way to enhance our retirement system is, I like to say, give the worker the power, making sure that they have financial security after finishing his or her career. A place we can start expanding opportunity for employee ownership is through supporting employee stock ownership plans, or ESOPs, retirement plans in which a company's employees collectively hold stock in the company. Today, about 11 million Americans participate in an ESOP, including about 39,000 people in Louisiana, and I have somebody representing an ESOP here on the panel. Louisiana workers who retired from ESOPs received a total sum of over $575 million in payouts in 2023. An ESOP model is pro-worker, pro-family, and pro-business. And studies show that ESOPs result in higher employee satisfaction, lower turnover, and greater financial success that puts more money directly into a worker's pocket. By the way, I'm proud of this. Louisiana Senators Russell Long and John Breaux, representatives at that time, John Breaux, led the effort to create ESOPs when Congress passed ERISA in 1974. And I understand one of our witnesses, Dr. Blasey, is actually the guy that was hustling when he was 22 years old to get co-sponsors on both sides of the hill. So we've got that history here today. Today we'll hear from Acadian companies from Lafayette, Louisiana, giving firsthand testimony on how ESOPs empower Louisiana workers, creating economic growth. And while ESOPs are proven to help workers succeed, outdated federal law makes it difficult for companies to implement the model without being in legal jeopardy. In ERISA, Congress required the Employees Benefit Security Administration, or EBSA, to develop clear regulations making it easier for ESOPs to sell stock to their employees. Now, this sounds like a joke. But 51 years later, EBSA has failed to put in place any rules on this issue, despite repeated bipartisan requests from the committee, and 51 years later, they still haven't done it. Additionally, the ERISA Advisory Council, which advises the Department of Labor on regulating employee benefit plans, does not have ESOP representation. Workers who are also owners should have a seat at the table in shaping policies that affect the combination of a worker and an owner. As chair of the HELP Committee, I'm committed to enacting a pro-worker, pro-family agenda that helps Americans succeed in their career and afterwards. That's why this committee is leading multiple efforts to strengthen ESOPs so workers can have a stake in their company, building wealth for themselves and their families. Senators Marshall and Kane, they're leading legislation to clarify federal law, ensuring that ESOPs can sell shares of their company without fears of frivolous lawsuits. I introduced two pieces of pro-worker legislation to better support ESOPs. The Employee Ownership Fairness Act authorizes ESOPs to provide generous and diversified benefits by permitting ESOPs to contribute into 401k plans without exceeding contribution limits. As a result, employees will save more money for retirement and can invest more in their employer's stock. The Employee Ownership Representation Act would add 2 new ESOP board members to the ERISA Advisory Council, giving ESOP owners and workers representation to advocate for policies to improve their lives. I look forward to discussing these bills. Thank you all for being here to highlight the power of ESOPs in creating a better life for workers and their families. With that, I recognize Senator Sanders.
Thank you.